Hey, how's it going guys? This is Dave 2D. So I'm looking to build a PC with a budget of around $2,000. Now I normally build my own, but just out of curiosity, I reached out to two companies just to see what was available in the pre-built or pre-configured desktop market. So Lenovo sent their Ideacentre Y900, Alienware sent their Area-51. Both very different systems, but in the same kind of price point that I was looking at. Here are my thoughts. So the PC will be going into this area here. It's a triple monitor setup. Won't be doing too much regular gaming on it. It's more for video editing and for some CAD applications, but most importantly, it'll be used for VR stuff as it comes out. The Ideacentre Y900 has a carbon fiber look to it with some red accents. It reminds me of the mock carbon fiber panels on the Lenovo laptops. So the unit here is $1,800. It's a full-size chassis. There's a window on the side to showcase the goods, and on the front we have an SD card slot, a pair of USB 3s, a pair of USB 2s, audio jacks, and a DVD drive. There's a power button up top that's lit with a white LED. It's not an extremely showy case, but with the red accents and lighting on the front and inside, it does draw some attention to it. You can control the brightness of this lighting with software. There's a handle up top for carrying it around, and overall I think it's a pretty nice looking case, especially if you're into the black and red theme, but it's still a very generic looking case to me. There's nothing about it that really feels unique. It's not a bad case, far from it. It's actually well designed, but aesthetically it doesn't really get me excited. On the other hand, the case of the Area-51, I remember when this case was first launched, I was like, what the heck is going on with this thing? And I thought it was kind of ugly, but it's totally grown on me, and it's become very iconic, and it's actually something I think looks pretty cool, especially from the side. Now, the Area-51 is priced at $200 more than the Y900, and you can tell that a lot of your money goes into the actual case. Up front, we have an SD card slot, two USB 3s, audio jacks, DVD drive, and a light up alien head power button. There's no side window on this one. Instead, it flexes by lighting up with LEDs. There's lighting on both side panels and on the front, and you get full lighting control with software inside. You can make it look pretty crazy with different colors, or you can keep things subtle. It's definitely not a case for everyone, but I really like it. The Lenovo has a lock switch on the back and then a large button that you can push down to open the side panel. It pops off pretty easily, and then the front panel also comes off so you can clean the fan mesh. Now, because it's a more traditional case, the drives are mounted on the inside like normal. It's nothing too hard to access. The Area-51 has an equally easy case to open. You lift the levers up here and then the side panels pop off. And because there's lights on the side panels, I actually expected some wires to be dangling around when I popped off the sides, but there's actually some metal contacts here that route the current, so there's no risk of breaking wires. It's pretty impressive. The drives are mounted behind the motherboard, and because this panel also pops off, they're pretty easy to access. On the inside, they both have GeForce GTX 970s. Now I went with this video card because it's the minimum requirement for running an Oculus Rift. The Y900 is a pretty traditional case. It's air cooled and properly cooled. There's no throttling or overheating, but the fan noise isn't exactly quiet. It's not loud, but it's clearly audible. The Area-51 is water cooled. It's 120mm rad. Fans are controllable with software. Again, the default settings keep things properly cooled. There's no overheating, there's no throttling, but fan noise is a little bit quieter than the Lenovo system. One thing I noticed, because the Y900 is a traditional desktop case, you need some clearance away from the back wall or else your exhaust vents are kind of choked up, right? With the Area-51, because of the angled back, you can butt it up against the wall without any thermal issues. The exhaust just kind of vents things up on an angle. The Ideacentre Y900 comes with surprisingly good peripherals. It has a mechanical keyboard that uses Kali switches, which are kind of like knockoff Cherry switches, but they feel very similar. The Y gaming mouse isn't as good. It's not bad, and you can add weight at the bottom, but the build quality is just okay. It also comes with a headset. They don't sound amazing, but it's an included peripheral, and all of these things kind of add value to the overall package. The Area-51 just comes with a standard keyboard and mouse, and I'm not too bothered by this. I think a lot of gamers just want to use their own peripherals anyways. Okay, so at a similar price, we're actually getting two very different configurations. The Lenovo system is running a 4-core Skylake processor. The Alienware is running a 6-core Haswell E processor. When I go into PC Part Picker and I build a configuration that's similar to these, you'll save about $200 to $300 on the Lenovo. It's still a significant savings to go DIY, but it's a lot closer than I thought it'd be. And if you do the same thing for the Alienware system, it saves you around $400 to $500. It's a much bigger gap, but there's no way you can buy a case like the Area-51. So you're obviously paying a premium to have someone build the system and then send it to you, but you also get a year of warranty and customer service. And with the Alienware systems, you actually get an on-site service. So if something busts or something goes goes wrong, they'll actually come over to your house to fix it, and that's pretty cool. But the biggest appealing factor to me is the time saving. See, as you get older and as you get busier, you just have less time to do fun things like building your own PC. So eventually it gets to the point where you're gonna have to buy a pre-built desktop. It's gonna suck. I'm eventually gonna get there. I'm not there yet, fortunately, but I can see myself buying a pre-built system at some point in the future. That's gonna suck. I'm not gonna go into performance benchmarks too much. I mean, these two configurations have been reviewed and documented to death on the internet, but the short of it is this. Single core tasks like web browsing do better on the 6700K in the Lenovo, and then multi-core tasks like video and photo editing generally do better on the 5820K in the Alienware. Now the gaming performance between the two really depends on whether the game can take advantage of the extra cores on the 5820 or not. The GTX 970 is pretty good at single monitor gaming, but it struggles with triple monitor gaming. And just to throw some rough numbers out there, on Ultra at 1080p in Witcher 3, you'll be sitting at 55-60 frames per second. If you try the same thing on triple monitors, it bogs it down to like 25 frames per second. Okay, some closing thoughts. If you like the look of the case and you like black and red, I'd consider the Ideacentre Y900 a pretty good value. Obviously, it's not as cheap as building your own system, but for what you're getting a good configuration, you're getting some customer service, you're getting some great peripherals, and you're basically gaming right out of the box. That's pretty nice. The Area-51, it's not as good of a value in terms of its sheer performance, but you're getting a really well engineered case, an iconic case, and some of the best customer service and technical support in the industry. So that's really nice. Personally, I'm still gonna be building my own. I really wish I could use that Alienware case because it's super cool, but oh well. That's the end of this video. Hope you guys liked it. Thumbs if you liked it, subs if you loved it. It's been nice. I'll see you guys next time. I love you, Alienware Area-51 case. Will you stay with me? I'll feed you lots of pixels.